The Cubs have three big questions to answer on this roster, who they're going to extend. I know we've talked about Nico Horner. We've talked about Ian Happ, but what about Seiya Suzuki? Seiya has addressed that, and I think Cubs fans will like his answer. Seems like he wants to return to the Cubs. Justin Steele on the comeback trail after season-ending surgery a year ago. He gives an update on that. We'll get into that. And then Buster Olney's top 10 second baseman. One of the top second basemen in the league in a Cubs uniform. We'll get into that as well. And it's not going to surprise anybody because we know how good Nico is. Like, subscribe, thumbs up. Get in the comments section. Hey, we're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers, and you guys are helping us get there. And we love you for doing that. This is your channel. I've been a Cubs fan for 40 years. How long have you guys been pulling for the Cubs? Let's go. What do you say, everybody? Mick Gillespie, Cubs Baseball Channel. I hope you had an opportunity to watch some of the shows that we had on the channel over the weekend. First, we had one of the OGs in Cubs coverage, and that's Professor Mark Gonzalez. Look, Gonzo's on here, and he did a fantastic job, and you guys got to go back and watch that show from Friday. And then we had Cubs Hall of Famer Jody Davis hit you on Sunday. So we had two amazing guys talking about the Cubs over the weekend. Those shows are available. All right, let's get into what we're doing right now. Seiya Suzuki basically wants to come back with the Cubs. I love his answer. Like, they're asking him, like, you know, what is your future with the Cubs? Like, what do you think your future with the Cubs is? And he's like, I'm not sure. It depends on my performance. If I perform well, I want to stay. I feel like I still haven't given up, or I still haven't put up the numbers that people are expecting me to. It comes down to how I perform. Love you, dude. 32 home runs, 104 RBIs last year, hit 245 in 151 games, dealt with some injuries. I don't think we've seen the best of Seiya. I don't. But I love the fact that he's not looking around going, hey, they should just sign me. He's saying, I need to do better than I did before to stick around. This is a guy who potentially could help the Cubs. We saw him in the postseason last year. He was one of the best players on the team. He had the clutch hits. This guy has the ability to take over series. He has the ability to take over games, and he's got the right attitude. And I don't know how many times I've said it, but I love the Japanese players' mentality, man. They're just, from the time they're born and then they come up through their systems, they are taught about the team aspect of baseball. And so for the Cubs or any other team in the major leagues, get as many of these guys as you can, because they're only going to make your clubhouse better. They're only going to make your team better. I'm a huge Seiya fan. I love, that's exactly what I want to hear. Exactly. And I hope that he does everything he can to get that extension. That's good there. And I mean, here we are, like, spring training. Obviously, he's going to be playing for the Japanese team in the World Baseball Classic, but that's good. That's good experience. Just don't get hurt. All right, second thing, Justin Steele update. Justin Steele popped up on the Cubs broadcast on Marquee, and he starts talking about his elbow surgery that, basically ended his career, or his season in April, right? Not his career, but his season. He's like, I'm feeling very good. Bullpens have been progressing well lately. I'm throwing 2 a week, Tuesdays plus Fridays or Saturdays. I had one yesterday. This was on Friday, recovering well from that. So the next one will be 35 pitches, throwing 4-seam, sinkers, and sliders right now. I'm going to be introducing changeups into the bullpen next week. I believe at that point, I'll be at curveballs to play catch. All good stuff, man. All good stuff. Like, this guy wants to get back so fast to be part of this team. Now, the problem with the elbow surgeries for starting pitching is you just don't know, like, when they come back, what that means, right? Does it mean that they're going to get back and they're going to be an impact player? Does it mean that, they're going to get back and they're going to struggle. I don't know. But what I will tell you is that this guy's really pushing hard to be part of this rotation as things move forward, and that is a good thing for the Chicago Cubs because you look at the rotation now. I mean, Edward Cabrera, injury prone. Cade Horton, injury prone. Matthew Boyd, injury prone. Jamison Tyone has had some injuries. You know, and you start looking at this rotation, which is I like it, but a lot of these guys have dealt with injuries in the past. And it's kind of nice to look at it. Shoti Managa, not injury prone, but you know, you look at the 5 men and then, you know, you're expecting that Steele's going to be back sometime May or June. And then what do? You know, somebody hurt by them, 6-man rotation. I don't know. But you can't have enough pitching. And we've heard that for so many years, and I believe in it. All right, final thing on today's show is Buster Olney put out his, on ESPN, top 10 shortstops. Number 5, new Mariner, Brendan Donovan. Yeah, they traded to get Donovan. You know this. And I was kind of cracking on him a little bit, and some of you guys were like, no, he's a good player when he was with the Cardinals. Well, now he's with the Mariners, number 5. Number 4, Bryce Terang. I like Bryce Terang, a Brewer. He had a great year last year. Number 3, Jazz Chisholm, Yankees. Power guy. He put up really good numbers for the Yankees last year. Never been a big Jazz Chisholm fan, but I'll tell you what, he put the kind of numbers up that would make you want to be a fan of his. Number 2, Nico Horner. And Buster's like, he led all second basemen in WAR last year. Goes on to talk about Gold Glove defense, run scoring, how many games he's played, plus his batting average. He was fighting for a batting crown. And then he has number 1 is Kendall Marte, the Diamondbacks. High price guy, teammates, you know, you can tell they don't really like him that much, but he's a hell of a player. And so there you go. So Nico, he's got number 2. And I think a lot of you fans have kind of been really bullish on Nico this year. Mark Gonzalez on the show, Gonzo, Saturday. He's like, hey, he's the best player on the team. And what does that tell you? The Cubs could not have traded him without an revolt. So I love the fact that Nico's finally getting the credit he deserves. Some of you guys are like, why is he bat so low in the lineup? I don't make the lineups. I wish they moved him up. Put Dansby Swanson way down low and let's put Nico up front and see what he can do. You know, I think that's kind of how we all feel. Anyway, Cubs are in the middle of spring training right now, kind of roaring towards the World Baseball Classic. Also, not related at all to baseball. Tip of the cap, though, to the U.S. hockey team. How many of you guys watched that? Beating Canada in overtime. Jack Hughes is my new favorite Olympian. What amazing finish to that game. So, like, just an absolutely amazing hockey game. Hats off to Canada. Like, your team's so good. And for the U.S. to beat them, everything had to go their way. But it's so emotional watching that. I've enjoyed the Olympics. And I can't wait for the World Baseball Classic. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think. Like, subscribe, thumbs up. You know, get in the comments. Thank you guys so much for being here. Don't forget about our AveD site, Mick Nation. Hit that QR code right there. Be a part of what we do, man. We got hats, giving them away, selling them as well. Swag. We do weekly prizes and all that stuff too, man. So thank you guys for being here. And we'll do it again tomorrow. And don't forget, Beer Money. I'm going to try to drop an episode every Sunday with Jody Davis. Had Mark Gonzalez on. Tony Andracki's coming too. So go Cubs.